Okay guys, let's take a start. पहले थोड़ा भाषण, उसके बाद फिर we'll come to the book. Today we are going to learn the most important type of essay, that is what we call opinion essay, right? Opinion and discussion essays are most important ones. There are different ways of writing these essays. It's just not that there is only one way and you write the essay only in that way. You can write essay in 2 different ways or 3 different ways. One of my students, he wrote an essay in actual IELTS exam, one long paragraph of 250 words. No paragraphing, no introduction, no body, just one body of 250 words, and he got 5 band for that. And his requirement was also 5 band. One of my students, he wrote all his essay in capital letters, full capital letters. You might be thinking what would happen. He also achieved around 5.5 to 6. So there are penalties. But there are actually different ways. Above all, they are going to see your written expression, how you write sentences. Organization is important, but at the end they will see how you write sentences. Let's take a start with the 4 basic criteria of the examiner. The first one is task response. Task response is most important one. And this is where many students lose their precious marks. For example, if you're looking for 7, there are 4 criteria and you must score 7 in all 4, then you will get overall 7, or maybe 7.5 in 2 and 6.5 in 2 criteria, even then you can get 7, right? So the first criteria, that is what we call task response. Now what is task response? They gave you a topic, how thoroughly you cover that topic. That is what we call task response. How thoroughly you cover that topic. And if you go off the topic on writing answer sheet, they have a criteria for off the topic. All those paragraphs or words will be out of the word count. What is word count? 250 words. So if you write off the topic, if you misunderstand the topic, again you will get very low band score for that. So task response, I would advise you read the topic even 10 times. Before you start writing, you can read the topic even 10 times, and every time you need to just see, okay, and you can have a discussion in your native language. ये कह रहा है, इसका ये मतलब है, इस चीज़ को मैंने cover करना है. There are 2 things. One is topic, one is range. Range is very, very important. Range means how far you can go. I'm planning to buy a drone actually. So I'm just seeing, I want to see what is the range of the drone, how far can it go. So how far can you go with your topic? That is actually the range of your essay, right? So topic and range of the topic, both things are very important. If you go out of range, whatever you write, good sentences, compound sentences, everything will be ignored. One thing. Then you have to write minimum 250 words. It's a good idea to write up to 350 words, right? 300 words. Don't write precisely 250 words, because if anything is out of the word count, still there are 300, 350 words, so that will again make 250 word count, right? So task response is this, that you understand the type of the essay. Type means they've given you opinion essay, you write advantages, disadvantages, right? Because you say my way or highway, okay? So you have to be careful. These are the very basic things which students ignore, and that's the reason number 1. At the end they say, I can't get 7 band. What's going on? I don't know. Then they blame the examiners and all that. Although we can do that as well. One of my students just a couple of days ago, he got 5 band in writing. After EOR, his band score increased to 6. So these phenomena are there as well, but at least if you write well, through EOR even you can get your score improved. But if you don't write well, EOR will not help you as well, right? Okay, so task response is this. Number 2, grammatical range. Now just understand one thing, whatever the sentence you write, it should be a compound sentence. They should be ideas connected together with the help of conjunctions, with the help of connecting phrases. So you should write compound sentence, minimum join 2 ideas and maximum join 3 ideas. When you join 3 ideas, you should be careful about proper use of punctuation. They call it grammatical range and accuracy. Accuracy covers a variety of things. Accuracy covers punctuation. Accuracy covers your sentence structure, grammatically they are correct or not. Accuracy also covers spelling, right? Grammatical range and accuracy means how many structures you've written and how accurate they are. We call it grammatical range and accuracy. So avoid simple sentences, avoid repetition of the same structure time and again, right? Avoid sentences which are just like you are using the same words from the topic. So this is what you need to do, and use some connecting words. At least two ideas should be connected. For example, if I say, I have a mobile, it is very nice, I like it very much, my uncle gifted it to me, I use it every day. Am I connecting my sentences? No. So this is what they call 5-band sentence, 4-band sentence and all that. If I say, I have a, and there should be some intensity also. I have a wonderful mobile which was gifted by my uncle on my last birthday. Full stop. This is one sentence. Second, you say, I use this mobile every day, but most of all, I like it because it reminds me about my uncle. Again, 2 to 3 sentences joined together. So when you join the sentences together, linking words and punctuation, only one punctuation mark you have to use carefully, comma. Full stop, you know, everyone knows where to put full stop, right? But comma is the punctuation mark which you need to use very, very carefully. I'll share a handout, 21 rules of comma, so you can just go through that handout, very simple handout, so that will help you with that. So connect your ideas, that's what we call grammatical range and accuracy, and remember, essays are mainly written in present tense, okay, unless you want to talk about any incident that took place in the past. So whenever you write essay, you should focus present simple, do not use present continuous in your essay, right? Present continuous is something you are doing at the time of speaking. So in essay writing, it's not appropriate. Present simple is also what we call present indefinite. Then you can use present perfect. And by the way, present simple, active voice and passive voice. In essays, when you use passive voice, it adds to the quality of your sentence structure, right? For example, various languages are spoken throughout the world, passive voice. People speak many languages throughout the world, active voice. So you should use active as well as passive voice appropriately. First and most important tense is present simple, then present perfect, active voice and passive voice. Then somewhere you can use present perfect continuous. These 3 tenses are the most important ones. And then according to the situation, you may use any past tense, you may use any future tense, it depends. Then you must use modal verbs very, very precisely. Can, could, should, may, might, right? These type of modal verbs, active voice or passive voice, they will improve to your bench score. After that, remember 3 C's for writing. C number 1 is compound sentences. C number 2 is complex sentences. And you are not supposed to write many complex sentences. Maybe throughout your essay, 2 to 3 complex sentences are fine, right? So compound sentences, yes, mainly you should try to write compound sentences. And the third C is conditional sentence. If this is the case, or if people believe, or if people do like this and all that. So it's compound, complex and conditional sentences. After this, the next thing is what we call vocabulary. In IELTS language, we call it lexical resource. Lexical resource means the range of words that you know. Now again, remember, you will not get good bench score if you are using difficult words or long words or advanced words. You will not get good bench score. But if you use the words which are appropriate use of words which are related to the topic, these words will increase your bench score. So you need to use appropriate word. In a minute, I'll give you all these examples. I'll show you all 4 things. There is one thing we call it collocation. Collocation is a group of words that come together. For example, make an appointment, make a decision. Now these are what we call collocations. I have a book on collocations. I'll share that in the group. In case if I forget, you can send a message, collocation book. So I'll share that with you. Very simple and easy. Collocations are just a group of words which are used by native speakers. So if you use collocations properly, your language will look natural and that will bring you better bench score. Okay, and for vocabulary, you need to use synonyms. Don't use the same word. If, for example, they give you a topic about crime, criminals, so one word is criminals. Second word is offenders. Third word is, like you say, robbers, rapists, and all that. So you need to give a variety to the examiner, and then examiner will give you the band score. If you give them simple language, they'll give you low band. If you give them appropriate words with the variety, you'll get better band score. After lexical resource, the fourth criteria is what we call coherence and cohesion. Now there are two things. The first thing is you have to guide the reader. You have to guide the reader. If you travel on motorway, highway, they guide you. Islamabad, 375 kilometers. And then there are small cities, small places, they just write that as well. Okay, so this sort of guideline is important for the reader. In essay writing, this guideline is given like first of all, secondly, finally, furthermore, moreover, additionally, for instance, in the final analysis. By this I mean these type of phrases tell the reader how you are going. So coherence and cohesion. The second thing is your ideas should be well connected. Right? If you say this type of people means in the previous sentence you talked about some people. Right? If you say such languages, that means in the previous line you talked about some languages and now you're saying such languages. So such languages, these type of people, all these phrases connect your ideas together. Remember, you are not supposed to write 10 sentences on my cow. I have a cow, its color is black, it has 4 legs, it has this and that. No, you're going to connect your ideas, right? And most importantly, you have to develop your ideas. Today, I'll teach you how to develop your ideas. Okay, we'll do that as well. So this is the last criteria, coherence and cohesion. And all these criterias are equal to 9 band. They give you separate band score in all 4 criterias, and then at the end your cumulative band score, and that's what you get, 6, 6.5, 7 and all that, right? Okay, now we come back to opinion essay. Whenever there is opinion essay, they will give you the question, any question that asks you for your opinion. We call it opinion essay. For example, do you believe? Do you think? Or how far do you agree or disagree? Or to what extent do you agree or disagree? Or do you think this is a positive or a negative development? Or do you think advantages outweigh disadvantages? Whenever they say, do you think, do you believe, do you agree, how far do you agree? Whenever you read a question and you have a feeling that they are asking me about my opinion on this, that is actually opinion essay. Very simple and easy to understand. Okay, now we'll talk about the number of paragraphs we write in opinion essay. In opinion essay, you will write 5 paragraphs. Very simple. And these 5 paragraphs should be written very, very properly. In a minute, I'll explain all these things. The first paragraph is called introduction. Whenever you write any introduction, you have 3 choices. Number 1, in your introduction, you can write 2 sentences. Number 2, 3 sentences. Number 3, 4 sentences. 2 sentences minimum and 4 sentences maximum. Now, you cannot ask me this question, if I write 2 sentences or if I write 4 sentences will give me better band score and 2 sentences will give me low band score. Not at all. As long as your word count is 250, you will get good band score. Okay, just remember, when you write introduction, in the first sentence, you just write a general sentence about the topic. Whatever the topic is, because you are starting on that, so you will write a general sentence about the topic. Second sentence is paraphrasing the topic, or we call it rewording the topic. In your own words, you will paraphrase the topic so that you could tell the examiner that I have understood this topic. And the third sentence is what we call thesis, or we call it plan. In the third sentence, you will tell the reader, and reader is examiner. You will tell examiner about the plan, right? And you will tell the examiner the type of essay you are going to write. If you write opinion essay, you say in this essay, or no, when you write your opinion, you will say, I strongly agree with this statement, and in this essay, I will discuss my viewpoint with some examples and all that. You can write all these things, okay? So this is how you can just go on. Sentence number 1 is a general sentence about the topic. Sentence number 2 is paraphrasing. Sentence number 3 is actually your plan, or we call it thesis sentence. If you want to write just 2 sentences, then first sentence is paraphrasing the topic, and second sentence is your thesis sentence. Thesis sentence is must, by the way, right? So it's all up to you, but make sure if you write 2 sentences, these 2 sentences must be compound sentences, not the simple ones. Compound means minimum 2 ideas joined together, or maximum 3 ideas, because after 3 it will be difficult for you to manage the structure and subject and all that thing. So it's better to join 2 ideas minimum and 3 ideas maximum. Okay, the next thing is, whenever you have an opinion, behind your opinion there is a reason. If I agree with something, there is a reason. If I disagree with something, there is a reason. That reason is what we call argument. And those arguments will come in the next 2 body paragraphs of your essay, right? And the reasons should be strong. If you agree, 2 strong reasons for agreement. If you disagree, for example, going to a foreign country is better. For example, studying in a foreign country is better than studying in your own country. How far do you agree or disagree? And you agree going to a foreign country is better. Now, reason number 1, career opportunities. Reason number 2. So you need to come up with solid and mature reasons, right? It's not that going to a foreign country is better. Why? Because it's good. See, that's not a reason. So you need to come up with proper reasons, logical reasons. Okay, now I'll tell you how to develop your idea. In body paragraph, there should be 4 sentences. You may write 5 as well, but there should be 4 sentences. The first sentence presents the idea. Whatever the idea is, the main idea, or we call it main argument. The first sentence will present. I'm going to show you all these things in the essay, don't worry. So the first sentence will present the main idea. Second sentence will develop that idea. Now, how to develop the idea? You actually expand the idea to develop it, number 1, or number 2, you can give an example to develop the idea. So there are only 2 ways. Either you expand the idea, by this I mean, or you give example, for example, or you can do both. In 1 sentence, expand your idea, 1 sentence, give example, and finally you have to conclude that idea. Do not leave your paragraphs without conclusion. 1 is conclusion of the essay, 1 is conclusion of the paragraph, the body paragraph. So, for example, if reason number 1 is career opportunities, right? So, you can conclude the paragraph, due to these reasons, I would strongly believe that going to a foreign country, studying in a foreign country is far better than studying in your own country, something like that. Okay, so these 4 sentences will come in body paragraph 1 of your essay and body paragraph 2. Now, remember, in your opinion essay, there is a paragraph which is very, very important one. We call it contrast. Contrast. Contrast means opposite opinion, right? What you believe, that's one thing. What other people believe, what other people think. For example, if I say going to a foreign country or studying in a foreign country is better than studying in your own country, but there are some people who believe studying in your own country is far better. So that is what we call contrast, and you will give a contrast in your essay. Let me tell you one more thing. Whenever you give example, do not give personal examples. My younger brother, my neighbor, a man in our locality, right? My cousin. Essay writing is formal piece of writing. So you're not going to make it informal by giving some personalized examples, one thing. Second, don't use any statistics in your essay. Statistics, according to the research, 70% of the people this and 80% this, and in 1995 one survey was conducted, and in the survey 2/3 this, 1/3 this, and all that. Do not give any statistics. Clear? Right? So, you will not give any statistics, you will not use any personal example, and it's a good idea whenever you write body of the essay, it's a very good idea to use third person plural. What is third person plural? Some people believe, they argue, they think, according to a vast majority of people, according to some people, so you should use third person plural. Do not use singular. Do not say he does, like you say students go, they do, and all that. So this contrast paragraph, and after that we have conclusion. That is the final paragraph. In conclusion, first sentence is you will restate your opinion once again. After that you will give the summary of two strong points which you mentioned in two body paragraphs. You will give one sentence summary of that, and finally once again you will give your opinion, right? So these three sentences are usually given in conclusion of your essay. Now I want you all to note down some page numbers. These pages you have to read before you come tomorrow for your mock test. Unit number 3 from the same book, by the way, this IELTS Advantage Writing Skills, from the same book. We will share the soft copy with you, and you will get the book tomorrow as well, don't worry. Unit number 3 and unit number 6. IELTS Advantage Writing Skills, unit number 3 and unit number 6. Okay, unit number 3 is on page 31 and unit number 6 is on page 67. So you should go through all the pages, you will learn vocabulary, sentence structure and all that. Now I want you all to come to page number 67, unit number 6. Page number 67, unit number 6. We have a topic for essay and we'll go through this topic now. Now let's see. This time I'm going to teach you how to read and understand the topic, right? Which is the most important thing, right? How would you feel if you want to go to Canada, right? And you take the wrong flight, at the end you realize you are in your own country. Okay, so you'll not feel good about it. In the same way, understanding the topic is crucial. Otherwise, your everything you write, that will go off the topic and you'll get very low bench score. Very recently, one of my subscribers from my YouTube channel shared her IELTS result, and that happened first time in the history that someone got 1 band. In which module, Yasin? 1 band in which module? Listening module, 1 band. And I was like, wow, that's the first case ever. Otherwise, I have many cases for 3 band, 3.5, 4 band, 4.5. But there was a case of 1 band in listening, and that 1 band is for participation. Okay, they will never give you 0 because in IELTS band description, they don't have 0. So someone can say, I got number 1 in IELTS. Okay, so it's that. Anyway, so you don't want to get number 1, you want to get number 7. We just go through this topic. Now, let's read the topic. It is a common aspiration among many young people. Common aspiration. Aspiration means goal, desire, wish, and all that. And common means everyone has this. Among young people, what are young people? Young people are youngsters, graduates, right? Young entrepreneurs, okay? And what is that? To run their own business. Running their own business means they want to start their own business. They want to do something on their own. We call it entrepreneurship. So now what we understand, this is a common desire of many youngsters to run their own business rather than work for an employer. Working for an employer means 9 to 5 job. Okay, so now you can interpret, switch on your imagination. It is a very common desire of many youngsters, graduates, postgraduates to start their own business instead of doing a job. Right, okay, I understand this statement. Next, do you think the advantages of working yourself outweigh the drawbacks? Working yourself means your own business. Now, do you think, now sometimes when this type of essay comes, students, they write opinion essay, they write advantages, disadvantages essay. But they have mentioned here clearly, do you think? Do you think? So whenever they say, do you think? That is an opinion essay. Now, what will you do? Do you think advantages of working for yourself outweigh the drawbacks? Now, what do you think? Do you agree or disagree? Agree. If you agree, it means advantages of doing your own business are more than the drawbacks. So you will write two advantages of doing your own business, and in contrast, you will write one disadvantage of doing your own business. Is that clear? Right? But you are giving your opinion. And if in case you disagree with the topic, like they say, do you think advantages of working for yourself outweigh the drawbacks? So you disagree. Disagreement means job is better than business. Then you will write two advantages about doing job, 9 to 5 job, there is security, you get salary every month, you don't get any loss and things like that, and one of about the opposite side. Okay, so this is how you should write this essay. Is this topic clear to all of you? Now I want you to come here to these bullet points. Let me finish this, then you can ask, right? Introduction, first paragraph. Introduction, include your opinion. Paragraph 1, one or two ideas to support your opinion. Third bullet point, paragraph 2, another idea to support your opinion. Next bullet point, paragraph 3, look at the other side of the argument. That's what I call contrast. Other side, opposite side. One or two ideas. And then we have conclusion, restate your opinion. Okay, now this is what you're going to do. So you will read all the unit, but for now, please come to page number 72. Is your question about this? Please go ahead. Let me explain that. Let's come to this essay, then I'll explain it. Okay, don't worry. Okay, same topic, and now we are going to write one more thing. There are 4 basic essay types. For all 4 basic essay types, number 1, you should know how many paragraphs. Number 2, how many sentences in each paragraph. Number 3, what is each sentence in that paragraph. Like first sentence is main idea. Second sentence is explanation of the main idea. Third sentence is example. Fourth sentence is conclusion of that. So like this, you should have a complete plan in your mind about 4 basic types of essays, right? So let's take a start. Okay guys, now let's take a start with the first sentence. These days, it is a common aim of many people. For aspiration, they have used the word aim. And instead of many young people, they have used the word many people. Leaving university. Now, leaving university is rewording of young people, right? For young people, as I told you before, rewording, paraphrasing, or using synonyms. So, if you don't find synonym, reword it. Reword means use different words for that. So, many people leaving university, that means young people, to try to start up their own company. And what was the wording there? To run their own business. Try to focus this thing. If you just write the same thing here, these days it is a common aspiration among many young people, and then you are very happy. I copied one sentence from there. This copied sentence, they call it the question rubric. The question, the wording which is given in the question, that is called question rubric. So if you write exactly that, that will be out of the word count. Okay, so be extra careful, rewording and rearranging. You can even rearrange that as well. Okay, they believe. Now the word they is for young people. This is what we call pronoun. They believe. And by the way, these 2 sentences are linked just because of they. They believe, you go back to the first sentence. They believe that running a business has many advantages over working for someone else, such as the freedom to make your own decision. So they have mentioned some advantages as well. Finally, your thesis sentence or your plan. I agree with this point of view, but it is important to bear in mind that running a company does not suit everybody. You agree that running a business is fine, and you know why it's written? To bear in mind that running a company does not suit anybody, everybody, because there's going to be a contrast paragraph also. So you can write something like this, okay? All right. Let's go on. That's fine. Let's go on. Now we have this body paragraph. There are several benefits of setting up your own business. This is for coherence and cohesion. You're telling them that there are several benefits. For me, the main one is that you have room to be creative. So the first benefit is creativity or room to be creative. Instead of having to follow your employer's decision, you can set the goals for the business yourself. Now you are developing your idea, by the way. You're developing this idea further, which means that you feel more in control. This generally results in people feeling happier in their job. This results in, that means that is the conclusion. Okay, now we move on to third paragraph after this. So first paragraph, introduction, that's clear. Second paragraph contains one argument, and the argument is room to be creative. And remember, in one body paragraph there should be one main idea. Do not write several main ideas. Not only that, now you're going to write the second thing. When you say not only that, or you can also write secondly, but not only that is better. Not only that, that links this sentence with the previous paragraph. Not only that means not only creativity, and there is something else. So this is a good phrase, and by the way, from essays you need to pick up some good phrases like this. Not only that, you can also keep the profits if the company is successful. So profits is number 2, keeping the profit, right? If all goes well, you will earn far more than if you work for someone else, right? Means better than salary. You'll get more money. For instance, now what are you doing? You are developing your idea, right? And again, I tell you, it's better to develop one idea in one paragraph instead of giving 4, 5, 6 ideas. Like, you know, yesterday when you were saying, I like burger, chicken, this, that, and I said, talk about these things in sentences. First of all, make a couple of sentences, then secondly, then thirdly, and all that, okay? So if all goes well, you will earn far more than if you work for someone else. For instance, if you set up, now this is conditional sentence. So you can use conditional sentences for examples, right? For examples, you can use conditional sentences, so you need to learn it. For instance, if you set up your own graphic design company, comma, and you build a good reputation, comma, you will be able to make substantial profits. So this is a compound sentence, 3 ideas together. You will therefore be more motivated to work hard in order to make a success of your company. So this is concluding sentence. Do you understand how to develop your idea and what the development of idea is? Okay. Next, having said that, it is undeniable that, now you're going to come towards contrast paragraph. Having said that, it is undeniable that running a business is risky. Now you're writing the other side. That's important, okay? In every opinion essay, you will write one paragraph like this, which is called contrast. If there is an economic downturn or you make mistakes in your business decision, comma, your company can go bust, comma, which can mean that you lose everything and you have to lay off your staff. This is 8-band sentence. Write it somewhere on your copy and try to make sentences like that. If you write one sentence like this in each body paragraph correctly according to the topic, that will bring you very good band score. Okay? So you can just put brackets and copy. Just see, this is the sentence structure and I have to use it according to the different topics. Moreover, now additionally, moreover, furthermore, moreover means you are developing your idea further. it is very hard to switch off at weekends because the business is always in the back of your mind. Concluding sentence. Now we have the conclusion of the essay. To sum up, although there is no doubt there are some risks associated with running your own business, I believe the benefits outweigh the drawbacks. Once again, you have given your opinion, particularly with regard to making decisions. However, it should be said that not everyone is a risk taker and some prefer to work for someone else. That is actually the contrast paragraph. You've given the summary of that as well, right? So this is the structure you can follow whenever you write any opinion essay. From this structure or this essay, you can take out some good phrases, some good sentence structures, some good words, and use them in your own essay, right? It's good.